6350. I also need to go to Instagram. Hello, everybody. We are live. We are live. Listen, I came back on here for a good Hoodoo Q&A. A good Hoodoo Q&A. Switching over to YouTube. Okay. Let me set up my IG. Audience should be public. Yeah, because I'm trying to build my following on IG too. And put that in here. Hey Mia. Hey Shayna. Hey Glow. Hey Kiara. So YouTube. Okay. Hey Tiffany. Okay, good. So I'm only going to be on here for a limited amount of time, but I felt like I got to get on here. We got to talk hoodoo. We got to talk Black American spirituality. Yeah, we got to talk about that. Let me put it up on here. Not that, boo. Yeah. Hello, everybody. Glad that y'all are here. And to the people that are joining us from IG, hello, Divine Light Art. Peace to you. So I made a post on the socials. Patreon got it a while ago. But I made a post on the socials. I really saw this. Let me see. Maybe I'll do it here. Where I talked about 7 principles of Black spiritual power. Yes, indeed. And I think, we all think, that I probably should talk about that. We'll go from there. Let me get off of TikTok. I had to let my people know. Oh no, I should have left it running. That's okay. Yeah, I'm just going to share it from the perspective of my Instagram. And let me see how that translates on the screen. Is it horrible? I wonder if I can open this separately. Either way, I think we should talk about it, get the conversation going. So yeah, 7 principles of Black spiritual power. First, I want to say the reason why I phrased this way. Hi, you Shonda. Hey, Lizette. I think that's Lizette. Hi. Everybody. I phrased it this way for a very specific reason. Black people, when I say Black people, I'm talking about the children of the diaspora, of the African diaspora. Okay? And so, despite whatever particular religion or particular, because there's so many different religions that are Afrocentric or that come from or currently practiced in Africa. There are also many different variations of religions and spiritualities that exist in the Americas that are practiced by Black spiritualists. I thought from my lens that it was important to create just some type of framework, some type of standards, okay? Because sometimes it can be difficult trying to just Child, keep your head above water and make a wave when you can, when you don't have any basis spiritually. Okay? Give me 1 second. Okay. Give me 1 second. Okay, I'm back. So I thought it was important to create some type of framework here. And this is from my lens. And I recognize that everybody does not practice how I practice and I believe what I believe. And that's okay. But if you're in a space where you're like, I just don't even know where to start, where to begin. These are 7 principles that you can practice, study, and explore. That's the point. First principle here, the principle of ancestral connection. So one thing that you will definitely find, despite whatever form of practice you do, is a reverence for the ancestors. That's just inherent. Okay. And I put a statement here: your ancestors ain't in the ground, they live in your bones. This principle emphasizes honoring and connecting with your ancestors as spiritual guides and protectors. Ancestral reverence is key to understanding your roots, your life's purpose, and receiving wisdom from those who lived before you. Okay? Ways that this can be accomplished: you could create an ancestor altar. All right? And with that, and whatever your practice is, your ancestor altar, that can be what you're doing right now is your spiritual practice. And if that's what you choose to do, and then you're communing with your ancestors, then that's enough. There is not an ultimate level that we're trying to get to. Like, there is no, it's just simply about what works for you. This is the difference between spirituality and religion. Religion is external and has an expectation that there's a select group that all do the exact same thing. Spirituality is individualized, it's internal. And so it is internally navigated. So it's about what works best for you and you operating in your own spiritual ecosystem. Come on, language. Come on, spiritual ecosystem. Ways you can honor your ancestors: daily prayer or conversation, researching your family history, offerings and other rituals, share their stories, get a plant or tree in dedication to them. Ancestral veneration and ancestral honoring has shown up even in recipes, right? Sharing of the recipes or the maintaining of the recipes. Honor your ancestors, honor your grandma, grandpa, father, mother, whomever, by cooking their food and sharing their food. If you knew there was somebody that loved to cook and feed others, cook their recipe and bring somebody a plate. It doesn't have to be complicated. It does, however, have to be intentional. That is critical. It's got to be intentional because the ancestors were intentional. So the principle of ancestral connection, you could say, you know what? I don't know about nothing else. This is something that I'm going to practice. This is the principle that I'm working with right now until I feel different, until the spirit show me something different, or until I feel led or drawn in another direction. Okay. Second principle I have here is the principle of reciprocity. What you pour into this world will find its way back to your doorstep. What you pour into this world will find its way back to your doorstep. This principle is rooted in the understanding that energy flows in a cycle of giving and receiving. It teaches the importance of balance in all things, whether in relationships, in nature, or spiritual practice. How to do this, how to put this in action. Practice generosity. You have extra money, you have extra food that you from whatever dish you made, you got extra clothes, you got extra, and you say, you know what, I want to give. If you don't have things to give, but you have extra time, donate some time. There's plenty of programs where you can go and visit some of the elderly in the nursing homes. If that's something that resonates well for you, donate some of your time, donate some of your energy, donate some resources if you have it. Random acts of kindness, right? Be mindful. You can set an intention. You know what? Every day I'm going to try to do something kind. I'm going to do something kind for somebody. Whatever that looks like. Don't have to be monetary, can be in action, can be in word, can be in deed, right? Just make it to say, you know what, a day, I'm not going to let a day pass without me encouraging somebody. Volunteer in your community. Give thanks to nature. We see all of this stuff that's going on with the world, going on with nature. Give thanks to nature. Give some offerings to nature. If you've ever got a reading done with me and you were getting ready to move into a new place, one of the things that I tell you is to give an offering to the land. Be fruit with intention, because there are spirits and energies of the land and of nature that your abode sits on. Pray that the energies in the soil, if there's something wrong, that they will alert you. Pray that if a storm comes, the energy of the land and of nature around you will protect you. There's something that you could do, for instance, especially those of us who are in hurricane-prone places or places prone with bad weather. Take you some water, that rainwater, instead of people trying to tell folks to use it to shake rocks on somebody or cause harm to somebody. Take some of that water and put it outside. Some of that storm and rain water and put it outside. The folks will say that when you put it out there, the storm will recognize this water and pass you by. Okay? And if you don't have no storm water, no rain water, you could put fruit, vegetables, things with water in it that's from the earth. Okay? Share knowledge, send gratitude letters, donate resources, support a cycle of giving. Again, you could say, you know what? I'm not dealing with the ancestors and stuff right now. I don't want to deal with none of that other stuff. I just want to practice the principle of reciprocity. That's what I'm doing. That's my spirituality. And trust in that, what I pour into the world will find its way back to my doorstep. Okay? The principle of transformation. The principle of transformation. The fire comes to forge you, not burn you. Life is a continuous process of change. And this principle reminds us that transformation, whether through hardship or growth, is necessary for spiritual and personal evolution. It encourages embracing challenges and opportunities for transformation. That's a key tenet. Hey, great day, great opportunity. How do we practice this? Embrace change in your life. Embrace change physically. If you see there's some things changing with your body, instead of fighting against certain things and trying to cover certain things up, embrace it. There's a practice of this with the graying of the hair, right? Embrace the fact that your body is changing, that you have age. Embrace that instead of trying to correct the aesthetic of it. Routine resets, right? Do routine practices of resetting your space in preparation for new things to come in. Take you a spiritual bath. Use herbs that bring about change. Create you a vision board with things that you're wanting to transform into, or situation that you want to transform. Celebrate your small wins. Celebrate your small victories, because every step is a way forward. Okay? This is powerful. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Every step is a way forward. Perform a burning ritual. Fire comes to change and to transform. Write on your paper the things that you need the spirit to shift, to change. Some of the things that you want the universe, God, to help you change. Write that down and burn it. And also spend time in self-reflection. And by way of taking note of the ways in which you changed and the ways that you want to continue to change. Principle of transformation. Again, you could say, you know what? This is what I'm doing right now. The principle of transformation. Next principle, the principle of harmony with nature. Now, this is key. This is key. The principle of harmony with nature. The spirit knows the rhythm of the wind and the song of the trees. Listen, and you will find your way. This teaches us that we are interconnected with nature. By aligning, honoring, and observing with the nature's cycles, seasons, and elements, we live in harmony with the universe. Even just take a second and think about your mother, your father, your grandmother. When it was storming outside, what would they tell you to do? What would some of the ancestors tell you to do if it was storming outside? Let me see. Come on, comments. What would the ancestors tell you to do? Be still and get quiet. That's right, Tanya. Be quiet. And why? They said the Lord's doing his work. This is a respect for nature and for God that is present in nature. Sit down, be still, let God do. That's right. It's a respect for nature. Old folks will go and commune with nature. Sit on the porch and just sit. Wouldn't nothing be going on. Just looking at the trees, feeling the wind blow by. Honoring nature. Because there's energy, there's spirits, there's evidence of the divine in nature. Yeah, absolutely. So you need to have respect for that. And we already do that. We already align with nature. There's certain foods that you don't cook until it get cold outside. There is clothes that you put, it's a whole ritual. When the summertime comes, you take all your winter clothes and put it in the back. When winter time comes, when autumn fall, you take all your summer clothes and put it in the bag and bring up your winter clothes. Okay? So we already have this ingrained in us. But an honoring of nature, meditate in nature, learn about ecology, learn about the earth, learn about the water, the plants, follow the moon cycles, right? So you could be somebody that says, listen, all I do is wait for the new moon and the full moon, and that's what my practice is. Then that's good. Engage with plant growth. Get you a garden. Get you a plant that you can water. Honor the seasons. Look for wisdom in the weather. Why is it that just before this divorce happens, all of a sudden a storm rolls in? Why is it that as soon as I got clarity, it started to rain? Right? There is a wisdom here in the nature. Why is it that as soon as I'm wondering, Spirit, is this the right choice? The cloud moved just out of the way to shine light upon me. Look for the wisdom that's present in nature. Man, I was just speaking on this yesterday. You teaching today. Thank you. Thank you. I'm trying. Giving offerings to the land. We talked about that earlier. Use natural remedies. Practice herbalism to heal. Right? And guess what? Extend that to your community. And that your way of spirituality at this time may be dealing with the version of God that's in the earth, that's in the soil, that's in the tinctures, that has the power to heal, to restore, to maintain. And that could be your thing. And if that is your thing, that's your thing right now. And if that's what your thing gonna be, that's gonna be your thing. But guess what? All of it is enough. Any of it is enough. Next principle. The principle of collective spirit. I am because we are. This principle recognizes the power of community and collective strength. It's a reminder that individual well-being is deeply connected to the well-being of others. I am not my brother's keeper. I am my brother. I am not my sister's keeper. I am my sister. So if I am doing well and my sister is not, I'm not doing well. If I'm doing well and my community is not, I'm not doing well. If I am free and my community is not free, then I'm not free. This, how to engage with the principle of collective spirit. One, I would even say this, recognize that the same spirit that's in you is also in others. The same evidence of the divine that's in you is also in others. Recognize and honor that. And because that is what I believe, and because that is what I practice, I cannot dishonor you as a person. Because if I dishonor you, I'm not just dishonoring a human, I'm dishonoring the same collective oneness of the divine that's in all things. And I cannot do that. How can we also practice this? Participate in community spirituality with your community. Don't have to be your city, don't have to be your neighborhood, could be your family, could be your little circle of friends. But let's get together. Let's do a moon ritual. Let's do prayer circles, prayer time. Let's do some sacred reading together. Let's start a spiritual book club. If you and your children, you got small children, let's start some meditation together. Let's do some affirmations in the morning together, right? Let teach the children how to cleanse themselves. Okay, easy way. Someone asked me yesterday, What's the easy way to do a cleansing on a toddler? I said the easy way to do a cleansing on toddler is a traditional hoodoo way of doing a cleansing, period. Which you could take a lemon. You'll see in a lot of Latinx cultures, they use they do the limpias and they use the eggs. You can use a lemon. The black folk want to use up all the eggs now. What's going on? You use that lemon because lemon tree got a whole bunch of lemon. You know what I'm saying? So you take that lemon spray and rub it all over the baby, all over yourself, all over your children. Teach your children to do that. Your children say they had a bad day at school. Teach them how to go there and get that lemon and rub that all over their body and speak positive and say, remove from me all the things that which are against me. Remove all the bad, bring in the good. Okay? Have them roll all over their body and dispose of that lemon. All right? Offer support to family. I know this can be tricky. But some families go, ooh, Lord. But to be considerate of family when you can. I said create shared rituals, uplift marginalized voices in your community. Understand if this one is down, so am I. Engage in mutual aid. Be a bridge between communities, generations, and perspectives. If you know that there is discord amongst your tribe, that there is tribulation amongst your tribe, if you can bridge the gap, be a bridge. If you could stand in the middle and help to course correct, stand in the middle. Okay? Stand in the middle. Be a bridge. Bridge the gap. If you are able to do it, do that there, yeah. Okay? Look back at this. Let's move to the next one. Now, this is the one that's key. If you ain't getting nothing else, the principle of know thyself. Cosmic Beauty Shaman, confirmation for me. Good. The principle of know thyself. Hello. This principle teaches that to know yourself is to know God. Hello. To know yourself is to know God. This principle teaches us that self-awareness is the foundation of all spiritual and personal power. I got to say that again. Self-awareness is the foundation of all spiritual and personal power. If you are not self-aware, you run the risk of having all of this capability, but no control. Self-awareness. What good is all that power if you can't do nothing with it? What good is having all that power if you can't do nothing with it? By deeply understanding who you are, your strengths, your weaknesses, your passions, and purpose, you align more fully with your destiny and your unique gifts. Let me tell you something. Everybody gets stuck up on purpose. What's my purpose? Everybody has one purpose. The purpose is to uplift the consciousness of the planet, is to be a healer, is to be a light in somebody's life and in yours, is to listen to spirit and walk in alignment with that. That's what your purpose is. And that's my purpose. Everybody got the same purpose. So let's stop asking what the purpose is. And let's get more specific with in what way do I go about my purpose? And all you got to do is listen. Listen. Listen to the Spirit. Listen to the Spirit in you. Listen to the divine and walk in that way. There's an old song that says, walk in the light, walk in the light. That's all you got to do. Walk in the light. That's it. Start right here. You ready? Make a list, an honest list of your strengths and your weaknesses as a person. And this is what I'm going to tell you to do. Once you make that honest list of strengths and weaknesses, we're going to use some technology here. I want you to go right over there to one of them apps like ChatGPT. Hear me. And I want you to list them strengths and weaknesses and then ask what careers would be suitable for an individual with these strengths and weaknesses, and get you some inspiration and get you some clarity. But start with that. Make a list of your strengths and your weaknesses and even your passions. And use this good old internet to give you some inspiration. Okay? By deeply understanding who you are, your strengths, your weaknesses, your passion, and purpose, you align more fully with your destiny and your unique gifts. Let me tell you something. This is free game. Okay? All right. Look, how do we practice this, right? How do we put the principle of know thyself into function? Daily self check-ins. Explore your heritage. Embrace sacred alone time. There's a difference between isolation and solitude. Know that difference. Partake in a self-discovery journey. Develop a personal spiritual practice. Go to therapy. Go to therapy. Because here we believe in holistic wellness. And that includes your mind. There's a lot of things that we're taking off running, lighting candles, shaking rock, blowing smoke, doing dances. When the truth is, it's in the brain. It's a thought that needs to be healed, that needs to be course corrected. And once you make the adjustment to that thought, as such is everything else adjusted and together. Understand your astrology. The divine told me a while ago that if you want to know who you are, look at the stars. Know yourself. And guess what? If this is all you're doing for your spiritual practice, that is enough. You are seeking to get to know the God, the source, the spirit in you, not just the one out there. That's good enough. Just doing asks, what's your thoughts on shadow work? My thoughts on shadow work are, one, it's something that has been popularized as of late as a trendy sort of hot button topic. I'm sharing it on YouTube. It's on YouTube, boo. It's a hot button topic. And it is something that people have just been using to make money. But the truth of shadow work is it's discovery work. It's illumination work. It is taking what it is that is in the shadow and the dark that you are not aware of and bringing it to awareness. All right. And it don't have to be toe up. It don't have to be you reliving your traumas over and over again and being like, that's why I hate myself it don't have to be that. It can also be positive things. It could be, oh, that's the reason why I love to help people. Or that's the reason, why I like this, or I'm attracted to these types of things or these types of people. Got it. You understand? So I would say it's a good thing, but also shadow work is not spiritual. Shadow work is mental. That's of the mental health, which is why it's good to be with someone who is a practitioner who focuses on mental wellness, but also someone who is a therapist. Okay? Because shadow work is about the conscious and unconscious mind. Okay? Forgive me, y'all, if I seem a little charged. Nothing's wrong. I'm on a roll. And I only got so much time before I got to get out of here. So I may seem extra passionate and quick with my delivery, but I hope you're receiving it in wellness as I intend it to be received. Okay? Did that help? Did that give you some insight? Shadow, what's in the shadow? What's not being seen? What is it about me that I don't realize that I need to illuminate? Okay? I just would encourage us to not fall in a cycle of just circulating in trauma. Because some of the shadow work books make you sit up there and stress. But that's key. Shadow work is not of the spirit world. Shadow work is of the mind. It's a mental, holistic wellness. Okay? Let's look at the next principle. Here's a key principle. The principle of resistance and resilience. Let me put it back up here. Now, this is part of the reason why when you have non-Black people trying to co-opt Black spiritual practices, that it's like, it don't have the power that you think it has, because this is key to the energy. Resistance and resilience. Hoodoo was birthed from resistance and resilience. In fact, derivatives of Ifa, Lukumi, Santeria, Palo, all of the derivatives that there are were birthed from resistance and resilience. Resisting oppression, resisting not completely being wiped out, okay? Fighting back, maintaining their spiritual practices, their cultural integrity, and also resilience, being able to endure and withstand, right? And not just survive, but thrive. That and fortifying yourself and your people and your practice so much that there's nothing that could deter it, destroy it, distract it, confuse it. All right? Resistance and resilience. This principle speaks to the resilience of the spirit in the face of adversity. Rooted in the history of survival and triumph within African and Black American experiences, it teaches that spirituality is a source of strength, empowerment, and resistance against all forms of oppression. Here's the key: all forms of oppression. That means you cannot be a well-balanced Black spiritualist and be misogynistic. Cannot be a practitioner of Black spirituality and be homophobic and femphobic. because it is within the nature to resist all forms of oppression of all people, period. How do we put this into practice? Engage in spiritual and physical protection work. Hello. Physical and spiritual protection work. Know how to fortify your home spiritually. Know how to fortify your home physically, in the spirit and in the natural. Okay? Turn adversity into fuel. If somebody is doing something towards you that is improper, and there may not be anything you can do about it, transmute that energy into fuel for your furtherance. I see you talking about me. I see that you are saying X, Y, and Z. Make that a reason for you to go harder in what it is that you're doing. Okay? Make that a reason to go harder. Okay? I just had to do it. There is a whole host, and if they hear it, they hear it. If they don't, they don't. But there is in my current community, there are people, non-Black people, who are spreading rumors and lies about me being racially biased because I haven't cast white people in the last 2 productions, which was based on Black people. It was The Wiz and A Raisin in the Sun and The Color Purple. No, I wasn't going to have a white Celie or a white Dorothy. No, I wasn't. And so what I did was, instead of that being a great deterrent for me and a reason to stop and give up and give in, instead I said, guess what? Prepare to be gagged again. Because the next show that I'm doing, you won't be able to take it. And so I will not be silenced. I will not be confused. I will not be made to feel like I need to do something different, or I need to make an adjustment. I need to be less myself or less Black. I will not, because this principle of Black spiritual power lets me know that resilience and resistance is a huge principle. And I'm taking the time to turn adversity into fuel. Engage in social justice work. Vote up. Vote. Get out there and vote for the people that you need to vote in the presidential and in your local elections. Vote. Advocate for the people in your community. Here's another key point of resistance and resilience. Exercise and maintain the wellness of your mind, body, and spirit. Resilience also means that you are well. Okay? Resilience means that you are well. In order for you to make it through and to do and complete what you need to complete and to live the life that you deserve to live, your mind got to be well, baby. Your body has to be well. Your spirit has to be well. And if at any point something that you are doing is threatening any of these, you need to make an adjustment. If there is a practice that you are doing that is affecting and harming any one of these, it is something different that you need to be doing. Rest and recharge, critical to your wellness. Gotta rest and gotta recharge. And that, my friends, are the 7 spiritual principles, Black spiritual principles of power. Principle of ancestral connection, principle of reciprocity, principle of transformation, principle of harmony with nature, principle of the collective spirit, principle of know thyself, principle of resistance and resilience, period. So if you're like, Darcel, I don't know if I need to work the ancestors right now. I don't know if I should do this religion. I don't know what I need to be doing. Pick one of these principles and practice it. Pick one of the principles and practice it. I have those principles listed on Instagram. I have it on my TikTok, and I have it in my Patreon. All right. So there we have it. So don't feel as though you have to be confined to doing things the way you see someone else doing it. Don't allow people to pressure you into practicing your spirituality in a way that does not resonate with you. You are able to practice your spirituality with the level of customization that you want to. And it's all valid because you are valid. So nothing you do, nothing you practice can be invalid. Okay. So I'm going to answer 3 questions before I get on up out of here. What's this? I know this was supposed to be a live about, well, hey, it still is, about hoodoo. Tiffany says, I lit a love candle last night and it literally caught on fire. I think it was overdressed, but is there any other meaning I should take from this happening? If it was overdressed, then hey, that's what did it. Sometimes the energy could be really chaotic and your spirits could be like, don't do that. Don't do that. Sometimes if you have something go crazy like that with your flame and whatever, it's because there's too much chaotic energy. So I would say cleanse, do a thorough cleanse first. Definitely a cleanse is needed. And anytime you have something like that happen, read on it. Always read on it and see what the spirit says. Okay. Question regarding dream interpretations. Yes, what's up? If you have a recurring dreams, if you have recurring dreams and a person from the past that you haven't talked to in years is in the dream, what can that mean? That there may be one that you should either reach out to them, and if y'all are not on good terms or something happened to where y'all no longer speak, it is also a sign that they may be coming back to you. Okay, popping back up in your life. And also, I would also just take some time to reflect on what happened in that relationship and what are some lessons. Because sometimes the spirit could be sending you that dream so you can review the lessons that were attached to that union. Honey, this light here is lighting me up. Okay, this window light is slicing me up. So that's what I'd say. Okay, one more question. One more question, y'all. You're welcome. Forgive my crunching on this apple, but I already told y'all. What's the best way to interpret messages from spirit? Hmm. That's an interesting question. What is the best way to interpret messages from spirit? Honestly, I would ask if there's a message that comes through and you're like, oh, for the messages to be clearer. If there is, okay, I'll explain. I'll say this. And literally, y'all, it's just like this. It's just this simple. Create a language for you and your spirit team. Whoa. Create a language. What do I mean by that? Get you your journal, whatever your sacred journal is, or you could put in a document. I would prefer you to write it down. And I want you to call in your spirit team in prayer, light your candle, have your water, play your music, whatever. And I want you to establish a language between the two of you. What does that mean? For example, if there is a transformation and a change that is coming into your life, tell the spirit that a butterfly is the language for that. So if there is a shift or a change, the spirit knows, your spirit team knows to send you butterflies, either in your dreams or either real butterflies or randomly somebody gonna come talking to you in a butterfly shirt. Okay? If there is some harm around you, tell your spirit team to show you the color red or something, and make it stand out, make it stick out, right? And then here they go. The person that you worried about, here they go. All of a sudden, they show up in a big old red dress. You understand what I'm saying? So literally, y'all, sit down and write out a language for you and your spirit team. That way, it's clear. I know my sign when I see snakes. I know my sign when I see this, that, not hey Kool-Aid. Right, Tiffany? I know my sign when I see this, when I see that, I know my sign. And this is my sign, right? Because there is an established language between me and my spirit team. And do it with the numbers too. Instead of hitting Google saying, I keep saying 12, 12, 12. Right? 1 through 9. And assign a meaning to those numbers. This is how we have a customized spirituality. Calling your spirit team and saying, okay, y'all love speaking to me in numbers, but I don't know what the numbers mean. You're welcome, AD. I don't know what the numbers mean. So let's do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, 1 means this, 2 means that, 3 means that, 4 means that, 5 means that, 6 means that, 7 means that, 8 means that, 9 means that. Okay. Okay. Yeah, message to be clearer. That's it. And so you can't shake it. Now, here's the key. When they start talking to you and showing you that, are you gonna believe it? Are you gonna second guess it? Don't second guess it, because this is what y'all agreed upon. Somewhat, you Shonda. Somewhat I am. Y'all, and these are some jewels we dropping today. And that's why you have your customized messages. Because let me tell you what'll happen. I'm gonna go on this. You ready? Somebody will come bringing you a message and they think it's one thing. But your ancestor will send them to make them tell on their own selves. And when you have your language, you keep it sacred. So when it come up to you, you know what it means. And they think they pulling the wool over your head, but they just carried you a bone. Knick knack, patty whack, give a dog a bone. Okay. Now that's the that on that. Spirit just used you to confirm. Come on. And you would be like, now, why would they come say that to me? Let me go right to my journal. Because that's sticking out to me. And I don't know why that's sticking out to me. I know exactly what that's about. Can't be trusted. But guess what? Also not negative, right? Because it don't have to be negative. The person you dating may say something to you that they don't even know is in your book of language with your spirit team. And that was the indication that you should continue dating this person. You see what I'm saying? So we here for the customized spirituality. And the biggest key, and I should have said this, to understanding your black spiritual power is understanding that you do have the power. You have power to decide. You have power to have a customized spirituality. You are able to do that. You're able to do it. Because guess what? Everything else that came out was stuff that people said God told them. And then they created these belief systems and things like that. So what's the difference between the person who originated this and you? And then think about your family. Then that could be a staple for you and your children, you and your descendants, you and your circle. And they're like, girl, how come we know what the caterpillars meant? How come I pull up to old dude's house and I look and there's a caterpillar on my windshield? There you have it. Okay. And it would happen just like that. Christina said, I've had it happen. It was so random, right? Working on going to Puerto Rico and visit my indigenous tribe to learn about my roots. Good. That's it. That's the key. And you'll be like, okay. So I love y'all from a life filled place. Know this. You can go to the link in my bio, link in my description, and you can book a session with me. I have $15 text message readings. So if you want to get one of those, you can book one of those. And I have, of course, my full sessions that are video sessions. I also have my root work consultations and my coaching sessions. So whatever you want, whatever you need, anything you want done, baby, I'll do it naturally. Okay? Go there. Again, be well, do well. I love you from a light-filled place. I've got to go. I feel like in Dream Girls, I got a show to do. Okay? But I wanted to talk to y'all. So I'll see you all later. Peace, everybody. Peace, peace.